Hi guys, my name is Anastasia Jewel and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today in my video we will be answering questions people have for transgender women, and we will be also doing my makeup as well. So we're gonna prime. So the primer we are using is by Hard Candy, as you can see. It is called Sheer Envy Energizing Primer Veil. So we're gonna apply this to the face, obviously.
All right, to start, why don't we ask what is estrogen?
Estrogen is a female hormone that will basically make me grow bigger boobs. It basically widens my hips. It makes my hair grow faster. It gives my body a feminine shape. It makes my face feminized as well. It makes my butt grow bigger, which we like that.
Now here's another very good question. Do you need to take that for the rest of your life, or is it temporary?
It is for the rest of my life, but the estrogen can come in either a pill form or it can come in a injection.
Okay, and
No,
how many times?
Injection.
How many times a week or how many times a day do you have to take the estrogen for the rest of your life?
I take a estrogen shot once a week, every Friday. So right now we are going to cover up my mustache, well, shadow, using a color corrector. This one is True Match by L'Oreal. It is Orange 403 Neutral. So we're just going to apply this just around the mouth, and it is orange, so orange cancels out dark tones.
So, how old were you when you came out as transgender?
I was 16.
Okay. And how did you tell your family?
I came out very aggressively because before that I came out as gay, bi, basically everything under the sun, until I basically realized, who I was, and that I was a little bit more differently, and it wasn't about my sexuality, it was more about my identity.
Okay, but can you elaborate on the way that you told your family?
Yes. I basically gathered my family around in my grandmom's house, and I basically came out aggressively. I said that either you can accept me or you don't need to be in my life. But let me tell you though, that was my biggest mistake. The way I should have came out was, I should have written everything down, like a little presentation, because you're cute, whatever, and I should have just gathered everyone up and told them calmly and kind of like in a well-mannered perception. But instead, I was so young and I wanted them to just accept me. I didn't want to have to deal with people not accepting me, so I came out aggressively. I know, aggressively, which was definitely a no-no. So my tip for anyone that comes out to their family or whoever they may live with, create like a little cute little presentation, gather them around and tell them that being transgender is not a sexuality but an identity, and basically tell them that, that you are their child, or, however you are related to that person, and that you would like them to accept you. So now we are going to conceal it. This is gonna conceal the shadow and the orangeness because we don't want to look like an Oompa Loompa. So the concealer.
Let's retry that.
Let's redo the concealer. So we are going to take our concealer and we are going to conceal the orange around our mouth because we are not Oompa Loompas and we do not like that. So this is by, who's this by? I don't know who this is by, but it's Instant Age Rewind Eraser Corrector Multi-Use. As you can see, it is very pale. We don't want to have it too dark. We're going to take our cute little mirror and we're just going to put it on top of the orange, around the mouth. Just like that. And then we're going to take our beauty blender And we're just gonna pat, 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 pat. Pat, pat, pat.
So, how did your family react?
They did not react nicely. A lot of my family disowned me, and I'm actually 6 years later into my transition, and I'm actually just regaining my family that I had lost. But it was better that I came out because I felt a lot more free.
Why don't you talk about what your grandparents did and how they reacted?
My grandparents reacted the most harsh way that they possibly could act. They are a little bit more older, so the way that their mind is, trained is that, it was wrong for me to be transgender, because back in their time, that was very much frowned upon. So I wanted them to accept me so much that I actually basically shaved my head. My hair was already down on my shoulders. I completely shaved my head because I wanted them to accept me, and even then, after I shaved my head for them, they still didn't accept me.
And how hard was that, going through shaving your head when you come out as a transgender woman?
It was very hard because you have to remember, going from male to female, that's extremely hard. You have to look a certain way to blend in with the female society. So having short hair and then not even knowing how to do makeup really wasn't a cute situation. So yeah. But it was very hard because my grandma is someone that I really wanted to accept me, so I thought to myself, well, maybe if I do something that they want me to do, they will accept me. And that was possibly the biggest mistake I could have done, was instead of putting myself first, I wanted to put them first. So basically what I did was, I basically made them think that, oh, well, she'll just keep shaving her head, she'll keep looking manly, They thought that I would keep doing what they wanted me to do instead of actually focusing on myself and working on my transition. Because I wanted them to just accept me. And now we are going to do the full face. I'm using Morphe. The shade is Filter Light 7.
So how do you deal with people who are very transphobic towards you?
In the beginning of my transition, that was extremely hard. I used to come home crying from school because people, they would call me a man. They would call me just really bad words like, you're a faggot, or, you're a queer, or, you're just, they would call me like really bad names like a transformer, stuff like that. And now remind you, at that time, I had no idea what makeup I was doing. I didn't know what cover-up was, didn't know what color correcting was, didn't know what concealer was. I only knew what eyeliner and mascara was. So what did I do? I put thick fucking mascara around my eyes. I looked like a raccoon. So it really wasn't a good situation.
Remember the little dots you did on your cheeks?
Oh my god, I missed that.
No, the thick dots. It looked funny.
I know, and I'm over here thinking like, yeah, I look cute. Whatever. Anything to try something.
So
it's funny because the thick dots were actually supposed to be like little freckles. I had no idea what I was doing.
They were black,
I would literally take my eyeliner and I would go like that with it.
Thick
were,
3 dots
big.
in your cheeks, like you were putting the little dog freckles on your cheeks.
Oh my god, yes.
Do you get a lot of transphobic comments from people? Is that the first thing they turn to in arguments?
Yes, in arguments, they're so quick to be like, oh my god, you're a boy, you're a girl, that basically, they would be like, they would be like, I don't really talking about it. They were like, oh my god, you're a guy trying to be a girl, you're a cross-dresser, you can't hit me because you have a penis, all kinds of things. Basically, they would just keep throwing in my face that I was basically a guy. But
how does that make you feel?
At that time, it kind of makes my blood boil because it can't really be like, you're wrong. Because I was born a boy and I am a female now, so, them saying, you know, that I'm a guy, that's basically false. I'm not a guy. I don't identify as a male. I identify as she, her, and hers.
And what exciting news do you have? Isn't there an upcoming thing coming?
Yes, I actually have one letter for my bottom surgery. So, in order for you to get your insurance to accept your surgery, you know, for them to pay if they pay for it, basically, you have to have 2 letters of recommendation that your physical doctor, so your main doctor, and a doctor that will prescribe your hormones, estrogen or testosterone. Basically, they will write a letter saying that you are okay to have the surgery, and that basically, you know, saying that, you know, that you're kind of like stable enough to have it. But I have one letter, I just have to get my second letter. So now we are going to take our loose powder and we are going to set our face. This is my CoverGirl Clean Professional. And we're just going to tap our face with this. Just going to put this right here. Set my areas that is really oily. So I'm not going to apply any contour or any bronzer, but I did put blush on my face off camera. This is by Rimmel London Maxi Blush Powder Blush. This is 003 Wild Card. As you can see, love it, very rosy. I'm just going to finish my eyes and my lipstick, and then I will be right back. As you can see, this is my final look of the makeup. And I know, I'm not Jeffree Star, but I am going to practice my makeup. We can only practice and get better. So yeah, this is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. And thank you, lovelies. Have an amazing day or night, wherever you may be. Don't forget to like and subscribe.